Good morning, everyone. It's your English class, and today we are going to study chapter number 18 of our grammar book. That's clauses. So this chapter we are going to study, right? So dear students, as we studied yesterday about the clauses, so there are mainly three types of clauses. First of all, principal clause, that's also called main clause. Second is coordinate clause. Third is subordinate clause, right? So about these type of clauses we have studied in our previous class. Then with some examples, we understood this point, right? So if there is only one clause in one sentence, so it means that is a principal clause, that's the main clause, right? But if there are two clauses in any sentence, so it means first is principal clause, second can be coordinate clause or subordinate clause, right? And then we studied about types of sentences. Three types of sentences are there. First is simple sentence, second is compound sentence, third is complex sentence. If there is only one clause in any sentence, it means that is a simple sentence. If there are two clauses, one is principal, second is coordinate clause, so it means that is compound sentence. Clear? And how we can understand that is the coordinate clause or subordinate clause? This point I told you, like if conjunction is coordinate, so next clause is means after the conjunction that clause is coordinate clause. If conjunction is subordinate, so next clause is that subordinate clause, right? Next, types of a subordinate clause. So dear students, in this lecture basically we are going to understand the types of subordinate clauses, right? So there are three types of clauses of subordinate clauses. First is adjective clause, second is adverb clause, third is noun clause. Adjective, adverb, and noun clauses. So three types of clauses are there, right? This point we are going to understand these examples. Suppose, dear students, if I say that I have a red pen, I have a red pen. So red is here adjective word. It is a word. Because why it is adjective? Because this is describing the pen, so we can say this is an adjective, right? And if I say I have a new red pen, so new red pen, this part is a phrase, that is an adjective phrase. Why? Because there are more than one word, right? So if there is a one word that is qualifying any noun or pronoun, it means that is adjective word. But if there are more than one words, so it means that is not only word, that is a phrase. But same thing, dear students, we have to understand here, if any clause is describing any noun or pronoun, any clause is telling the quality of any noun or pronoun, it means that clause is an adjective clause, right? See this example, I have a pen which is red. So which is red, this part is describing about the pen, right? So that clause is working as an adjective. That's why this clause is called an adjective clause, right? Again, understand this point. We are talking about the subordinate clauses. So there are three types of subordinate clauses. First is called adjective clause, second is adverb clause, third is noun clause. First of all, we are going to study about the adjective clause, right? So if any word is describing any noun or pronoun, so that is adjective word. But if any phrase is describing any noun or pronoun, that is adjective phrase. But if any clause is describing any noun or pronoun, it means that is an adjective clause, right? So in this word is describing the pen, in this phrase is describing the pen, in this clause is describing the pen, right? See the fourth example. I've written here, my sister likes Indian food. My sister likes Indian food. So Indian word is here an adjective. Why? Because it is describing the type of food. It is describing the quality of food, the type of food, right? So that's why this word is an adjective word. But see the next sentence, my sister likes eat Indian food. So these two words are describing the food, means what type of food, right? So these two words are called an adjective phrase. Clear? See the next sentence. My sister likes the food which is prepared in Indian styles, right? So it means this complete part is, this complete clause is describing the food. So that's why, like, this is not a phrase, this is not a sentence, sorry, a word, this is a clause. So that's why this clause is called an adjective clause. Getting my point? In same way, this, see the next sentence, my brother likes costly toys. My brother likes costly toys. So dear students, you can notice here, costly word is here an adjective. Why? Because it is the describing the toys, the type of toys, right? So that's why it is an adjective. But see the next sentence. Here I have written that my brother likes very costly toys. So very costly, these two words are describing the toys. So if there are more than one word, that is called phrase, right? So that is an adjective phrase. But see the next sentence. My brother likes the toys which are costly. This sentence is closed. Why this is closed? Because subject is here and verb is here. That is the finite verb, right? So that's why this part is called adjective clause, right? Now I hope you must have understood. Let's take the revision once again, then we will go through the chapter page. So dear students, in this we have studied that types of the subordinate clauses. There are three types of subordinate clauses: adjective clause, adverb clause, and noun clause. In this, first of all, we are going to study about the adjective clause. So what is adjective? First of all, we have to understand this. So when any word describes any noun or pronoun, so it means that word is an adjective word. But when any phrase describes any noun or pronoun, it means that is an adjective phrase. But when any clause describes any noun or pronoun, it means that is an adjective clause. Same thing we have studied in these examples. I have a red pen. Red is a word here, that is an adjective. Why? Because it is describing the type of the pen. But in second sentence, new red pen, that is a phrase. And but in this sentence means sentence number 3, which is red. So this part is a clause. Why this is a clause? Because subject is which and is, that is a finite verb. So subject plus finite verb, that is called a clause. And but the type of this clause is a type of this clause is an adjective clause. Why? Because it is a describing the pen, right? I hope you must have understood this. My sister likes Indian food. Type the food. So that is Indian. So each Indian, that's the phrase, which is prepared in Indian styles, that is an adjective clause, right? Same costly, it's described in the toys word. So that is the adjective, and this is very costly, that is an adjective phrase, and which are costly, that is an adjective clause, right? So dear students, on the behalf of this understanding, now we will do the exercise of our chapter number 18. Let me show that. Okay, now we have come on the chapter number 18. Let's read that, what's written here. So defining a clause, look at these two sentences. My neighbor is a man of great wealth. My neighbor is a man who owns great wealth. So dear students, these three words are describing the man. So that's why these three words are called phrase, an adjective phrase. But these four words are describing also the man. But that is not a phrase. Why? Because that is a clause, because subject is already there and finite verb is also there. So that's why this sentence, this part is like four words are, these four words are called a clause, an adjective clause, but these three words are called an adjective phrase, right? Let's see that in the both these sentences, the words in bold letters perform the same function. they describe the noun man. Same thing I have told you. We can easily recognize the words of great wealth to be a phrase. But what about the expression in the bold letters in sentence 2? Who owns great wealth? This expression has a finite verb, owns, and it also has a subject who. It is called a clause, right? So same thing, dear students, I have told you, when any word like describes any noun or pronoun, that is an adjective word. But when more than one words describe any noun or pronoun, it means that is an adjective phrase. But when any clause describes any noun or pronoun, it means that is an adjective clause. So clause, we know that combination of subject and finite verb, that is called a clause, right? A group of words that forms part of sentence and has a subject and a finite verb of its own is called a clause. This thing I have told you, combination of a subject and finite verb is called a clause. Next, a clause has only one finite verb in it. So if you find one clause, so it means there is a one finite verb. If there are more than two, like if there are more than one subject or more than one clauses are there, so it means there are more than one. Sorry, finite verb. So there are more than one clauses, right? Phrase, clause, and sentence. About them, we are going to study. Both a phrase and a clause are only part of a sentence. So clause and phrase, like these are the part of the sentence. By definition, a sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. If we talk about sentence, that is a group of words that make complete sense, right? A sentence must always contain a finite verb. So whenever we write any sentence, so it means that is giving the complete sense. It can give the complete sense when there is a subject and finite verb. So this is how we can distinguish among a sentence, a clause, and a phrase. So by this we can differentiate what is clause, what is phrase, and what is sentence, right? A phrase no finite verb. एक phrase में क्या होता है, कोई भी finite verb नहीं होती, कोई भी main verb नहीं होती. Finite verb we have discussed already. ऐसी verb जो subject के number से, person से या tense से change हो जाए, वो कहलाती है finite verb. Now let's talk about the clause. No finite verb. So clause में कोई भी finite verb नहीं होती. Sorry, one finite verb. Clause में one finite verb होती है, phrase में नहीं. A sentence at least one finite verb. So उसमें कम से कम एक finite verb होती है. Next, if a sentence has only one finite verb in it, it means that it is a made up of only one clause. अगर sentence में एक ही finite verb हो, तो इसका मतलब उस sentence में एक ही clause है, क्योंकि clause क्या होता है, जितने subject और जितनी finite verb उतनी clause. एक sentence में एक clause भी हो सकता है, एक से ज्यादा clauses भी हो सकती हैं. A sentence has as many clauses in it as the finite verbs it has. तो एक sentence में एक से ज्यादा finite verb भी हो सकती हैं, उतने ही clauses होंगे जितने finite verbs होंगे. There is a one more distinction that we should understand clearly. कुछ और differences हैं जो हमें समझने हैं. A phrase can never stand on its own. तो phrase का अपना एक complete meaning नहीं होता, तो उसको हम कह सकते हैं कि वो कभी भी अकेली stand नहीं कर सकती. A sentence can always stand on its own. एक sentence complete meaning देते हैं, तो वो always stand on कर सकता है. A clause may or may not be able to stand on its own. If it does, it means that it is also a sentence. So clause, sometime like we can say that sometime we can give the complete meaning with the one clause, sometime we can't. So it is a part of a sentence. If it does not, it must be part of a longer sentence made up of two or more clauses. अगर वो पूरा मीनिंग कंप्लीट नहीं करते, तो उसका मतलब है कि वो क्लोज किसी सेंटेंस का पार्ट है, उसको पूरा करने के लिए, मीनिंग को पूरा कन्वे करने के लिए हमें कोई और क्लोज की जरूरत होती है, उसमें लिखनी पड़ेगी या बोलनी पड़ेगी, राइट? Adjective clause. Look at these two sentences. The boy wearing a blue shirt is my brother. So लड़का जिसने ब्लू शर्ट पहनी हुई है मेरा भाई है. So these four words, bold four words, you can see that there is a no any subject or finite verb. So that is part is called phrase. That is an adjective phrase. Why? This is describing the boy. The boy who is wearing a blue shirt is my brother. So who is wearing a blue shirt? This part is called a clause. Why it is a clause? Because subject is there, who, and finite verb is there, is wearing. So this part is called a clause, but the type of this clause, is an adjective clause. Why? Because it is describing the boy, the type of the boy. The boy who is wearing a blue shirt, वो लड़का जिसने blue shirt पहनी हुई है, is my brother, मेरा भाई, right? All the things whatever I have told you, that's written here. This is the main point. Come on the D point. An adjective clause describe a noun. It usually answer the question which one. For example, in sentence 2, it just answers the question which boy who is wearing a blue shirt. In sentence 4, it answers the question which teacher who has 2 years teaching experience. जो हमारा एडजेक्टिव क्लोज होता है बेसिकली वो इस बात का आंसर देता है कि कौन सी या कौन सा. जैसे हमारा फर्स्ट एग्जांपल था, द बॉय हु इज वियरिंग अ ब्लू शर्ट इज माय ब्रदर. कौन सा लड़का जिसने ब्लू शर्ट पहनी है, कौन से वाले, यानी कि विच वन का आंसर देती है हमारा एडजेक्टिव क्लोज, राइट. नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, an adjective clause is usually introduced by words who, whose, whom, which and that. जनरली हम ये वर्ड्स यूज करते हैं एडजेक्टिव क्लोज को डिस्क्राइब करने के लिए. हु इज यूज्ड फॉर लिविंग बीइंग्स एंड व्हिच फॉर नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स एंड एनिमल्स. दैट मे बी यूज्ड फॉर बोथ. Very occasionally adjective clause may also be introduced by as, when, where, etc. तो यूजुअली हम ये वर्ड्स यूज करते हैं एडजेक्टिव क्लोज को डिस्क्राइब करने के लिए, who, whose, whom, which, that. और who यूज करते हैं लिविंग बीइंग्स के लिए, और that which यूज करते हैं हम नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स के लिए. और दैट को हम दोनों के लिए यूज भी कर सकते हैं, यानी कि ह्यूमन बीइंग्स के लिए भी और नॉन लिविंग थिंग्स के लिए, राइट. और कभी कभी हम एज, व्हेन और वेयर से भी एडजेक्टिव क्लोज को दिखाते हैं, शो करते हैं. Now see these examples. I have no respect for those people who don't keep their promise. So you can understand this, who do not keep their promise. This part is called an adjective clause. Why? Because this part is describing the people. What type of people? I have no respect for those people. मुझे उन लोगों की बिल्कुल भी रिस्पेक्ट नहीं है जो अपने प्रॉमिस को पूरा नहीं करते हैं, right? So who don't keep their promises. So this part is describing the what type of people, right? Same, the facts which the accused put before the magistrate clearly proved his innocence. So which this part is called adjective clause, and this is describing the facts, right? Same, all the examples are written here, right students? So now please come on the exercise number 1. So dear students, now I will want to involve in this. I'll say your name and you need to tell me the answers of these questions. And if you want to ask any question, then in the last you can ask, okay? So our question is that pick out the adjective clause and tell what noun or pronoun each qualifies. तो अपने इन सेंटेंसेस में से एडजेक्टिव क्लोज को पिक करना है, बताना है कि कौन सी क्लोज जो है कहां से कहां तक वो पार्ट हमारा एडजेक्टिव क्लोज है और वो किस वर्ड को क्वालिफाई कर रहे हैं, किस वर्ड को डिस्क्राइब कर रही है, राइट. Let's talk about first sentence. First I will let you know, and rest of sentences you should let me know by yourself, okay? First sentence is that people who have never seen a play on the stage have missed a great experience. So in this part, who have never seen a play on the stage. So this part from who to the on the stage, this part is an adjective clause, and this part is describing the people who have not seen a play on the stage, यानी कि ऐसे लोग जिन्होंने स्टेज पर प्ले नहीं देखा है, बहुत बड़े एक्सपीरियंस को मिस कर दिया. So who have never seen a play on the stage, this part is called an adjective clause, and this part is describing the people word, and people, you know that is a noun, okay? So in this way, dear students, you have to let me know. Sentence number 2, all that glitters is not gold. Who will let me know about this sentence? Please raise your hand जो मुझे सेंटेंस के बारे में बताएगा कि कौन सा पार्ट यहाँ पे एडजेक्टिव क्लोज है. अपना हैंड रेज करो. If your answer is wrong, that's okay, no problem, but at least you should try to participate in this. Wait, let me do that. Yeah, Sia, you please tell me, unmute yourself.
Sir, that glitter all.
बेटा इस सेंटेंस में एडजेक्टिव क्लोज कौन सा है, कहां से कहां तक है?
Sir, that glitter.
यस, वेरी गुड, दैट ग्लिटर्स, ये हमारा पार्ट क्या है, एडजेक्टिव क्लोज है, किसको डिस्क्राइब कर रहा है, ओल को। ओल क्या है, हमारा प्रोनाउन है। ओल दैट ग्लिटर्स is not gold, so that glitters, that is an adjective clause and it is describing the whole word. Very good, right answer, Sia. So in this way, dear students, you should try to give the answer. Now let's talk about the next sentence. A red Indian who looked tired and hungry. Wait. Yes. The red Indian who looked tired and hungry slowly walked to the cottage. So what is an adjective clause in this sentence? Who will let me know? Ekansh, you please tell me.
Who looked tired and hungry, तो adjective clause और a red Indian adjective इस word को describe कर रहे हैं.
In these two words, in three words to describe. But a very good right answer. Who looked tired and hungry. This is an adjective clause, and this clause is describing the words a red Indian. Very good, Ekansh, you have given the right answer. So dear students, as you give the answer, please lower down your hand so that I can ask the question from the next students. Okay, next sentence is that I have taught, sorry, you have taught me a lesson which I shall never forget. You have taught me a lesson which I shall never forget. So what is an adjective clause in this sentence? Nitya, you please tell me.
Sir, which I shall never forget.
Oh yes, this part is an adjective clause. और describe किसको कर रहा है ये part? किस word के बारे में बता रहा है ये word? ये जो हमारा clause है किस चीज के बारे में? Which I shall never forget, क्या चीज को नहीं भूलेगा वो?
You have taught me a lesson.
lesson के बारे में बता रहे हैं, which you have taught me a lesson which I shall never forget. तो ये जो पार्ट है which I shall never forget, ये हमारा adjective clause है और ये किसको डिस्क्राइब कर रहा है? a lesson word, वो lesson के बारे में बता रहा है. Very good, okay, you have given the right answer. Good. Okay, next sentence is that you must reward the student whose essay has been adjusted the best. So who will let me know about this sentence? Palak, you please tell me.
Yes, sir. Sir, इसमें clause है whose essays has been adjudged the best.
This part is close. और किस word को describe कर रहा है, किस noun या pronoun को describe कर रहा है ये वाला part?
Student.
हाँ?
The student.
Very good, right answer. Palak, you have given the right answer. Very good. So come on the next sentence. Such people as have a strong willpower are not discouraged by their misfortunes. Who will let me know about this sentence? Jiren, you please tell me.
Sir, इसमें such people describe कर रहे हैं.
Such people. थोड़ा सा दोबारा
As have
दोबारा बताओ बेटा.
as have a strong will power. ये adjective clause है.
Very good.
Such people describe कर रहे हैं.
Such people could describe. Very good. Such people as have a strong willpower are not discouraged by their misfortune. Such people, ऐसे लोग who have है, जो जिनके पास strong willpower है. Very good. As have a strong willpower. This part is an adjective clause, and this clause is describing such people. Very good. Jiren, you have given the right answer. Come on, the next sentence. God helps those who help themselves. God helps those who help themselves. What is an adjective clause in this sentence? Very good. Try to give the answer. Let me ask. Manika, you please let me know. Manika, please tell me about sentence
Sir,
7. Sorry.
sir, who help themselves adjective clause है
Yes. And किसको describe
और
करें?
those को qualify कर रहा है.
Very good. Right answer. Who help those? So God helps those who help themselves. Very good. Who help themselves? This part is an adjective clause, and this clause is describing those words. Very good. Right answer. Good, Monica. Next sentence. The vacancy you are referring to has already been filled. So what is an adjective clause in this sentence? Sargun, you please let me know. Sargun, please tell me what's the answer of sentence
सर
number.
इसमें सर यस सर इसमें सर एडजेक्टिव क्लोज है हैज ऑलरेडी बीन फिल्ड.
नहीं बेटा, दोबारा ट्राई करो. Sargun, again try. You are very close to the answer. The vacancy you are referring to has already been filled. वो वैकेंसी जो तुम मुझे बता रहे थे ऑलरेडी फिल हो चुकी है.
यस सर.
Now tell me what is an adjective clause in this. Right. Okay.
सर यू आर रेफरिंग.
You are referring. This part is an adjective clause, and the vacancy.
यस
That
सर.
that is the
सर
part.
इसको डिस्क्राइब कर रहा है.
Yes, very good. Now your answer is right. Good. Good, Sargundeep. Next, the leader whom every villager worshipped like a god turned it out to be a smuggler. So tell me about sentence number 9. The leader whom every villager worshipped like a god turned it out to be a smuggler. So let me see that. Himanshi, you please tell me. Himanshi, what can be the answer of this sentence number 9? Himanshi, can you tell me? Prince, you tell me about sentence number 9.
सर इसका आंसर है a god turn out to be a smuggler.
No, Prince, again try.
Adjective clause.
नहीं, ये नहीं है, दोबारा try करो. The leader whom every villager worshipped like a god turned it out to be a smuggler. एक लीडर जिसको सभी ने भगवान की तरह पूजा की थी, अब वो एक स्मगलर बन गए.
Sir, villager worship like a god turn out to be a smuggler.
But answer is almost right. Whom every villager worshipped like a god. This part is an adjective clause, and the leader. This word has been.
The leader.
Yes, very good, very good. Right answer is good. So next sentence: they never fail who die for a great cause. They never fail who die for a great cause. Who will let me know about sentence number 10? Let me see that. Rupal, you please tell me.
Yes, sir. Who die for a great cause adjective clause
Very
और
good.
they कोई identify कर रहा है.
They could identify that. Very good. Right answer. They never fail who die for a great cause. Who die for a great cause. This part is an adjective clause, and this part is describing the word they. Very good. Right answer. So dear students, I hope you must have understood about the adjective clause. Now, dear students, this exercise and means exercise number 1 we have done already. Second and third you will do by yourself. First 1 or 2 examples I will let you know, and rest of you should do by yourself, right? So our first sentence is that, firstly read the question, exercise 2. Supply suitable adjective clause. Right, so we have to fill here suitable adjective clause. Sentence is that all the passengers dash had a narrow escape. So we can write here all the passengers who were traveling by the train had a narrow escape. And apart from this, another answer you can also fill, okay, according to your sense and according to your intelligence. Next, we should not forget those brave soldiers. We should not forget those brave soldiers, we can mention here, who sacrificed their lives on the borders, right? So in this way, you need to fill here an adjective clause, okay? So exercise number 2, you will do by yourself. Now come on the third exercise. Replace each underlined adjective phrase by an adjective clause, right? So these are the adjective phrases. So we have to remove these adjective phrases and we have to fill here the adjective clauses, right? First example has been done for your understanding. Our sentence is that the train going to Patna got delayed because of fog. So this part is an adjective phrase. So instead of this, we have to fill here an adjective clause. So we have done here the train which was going to Patna. This is a phrase, this is a clause. Why? There is a no subject and no finite verb. In this, there is a subject and there is a finite verb. That's why this part is also a clause. So in this way, we have to do this exercise. Come on the first sentence. First sentence is that students sitting on the last benches were not very attentive. Students sitting on the last benches were not very attentive. So underline part we have to remove and we have to fill here an adjective clause, not phrase, right? So we can write here students who were sitting on the last benches. Students who were sitting on the last benches were not very attentive, right? Come on the second sentence. This book deals with the problems. This book deals with the problems of a cinema artist's life. So of a cinema artist's life, this part we have to remove and we have to fill here an adjective clause. So we can mention here, this book deals with the problem that a cinema artist faces in his or her life, right? That a cinema artist faces in his or her life, right? So in this way, we have to do this exercise. So your homework is that do exercise number 1, 2, and 3 of chapter number 18. So now, dear students, we have 2 to 3 minutes. If you want to ask any question regarding today's class,